iPads, you know.
Go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Wellness Weekend. My name is Kathy Rañases. I work as the in-house life coach at Centro Holistico. And joining me today is the very handsome, very dapper Dr. Mikey Vergara. Hi, Doc Mike.
Hi, good morning, good morning. How are you? You're
Good
looking great, huh, Kathy?
morning.
You're looking great.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing well. I'm just kind of bouncing off the walls already with this whole ECQ, medyo ECQ setup that we have. It's so hard not being able to go out and get sun and exercise kasi pinagbawal nila for
Yeah,
most of
yeah.
ECQ. And then now na pwede, it's like between
Uh-huh.
the hours of like 6 and 9. That's it.
Yeah, that's it, no? Ay,
It's
nako.
crazy. It's so crazy. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm okay. ECQ, I'm a doctor, diba? So I have all of these excuses why I should step out. No,
Yeah.
in fact, I'm part of the security committee in my village. No,
Mm.
and I don't walk in the morning at 6 to 9. No, I'm asleep at 6 to 9. No?
Yeah.
So I walk at night. So the last week I said uh, I'll do spot checks on the security guards at
Uh-huh.
night, which means I'm gonna go walking at night, So they gave me permission. Okay, do spot checks, So at night I step out, you know, and I do
That's
my
your
walk.
excuse. Yeah, that's your excuse to go out walking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I feel bad, like especially for my dogs. I have two rescues, and like alam mong, ano, they really want to go out. All they do is stare out the window all day, and then they look at me, and they're like, "Ano na?"
No, no.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's kind of like this whole Delta variant. I think has got everybody in a tizzy in terms of But I can like you can really feel that everybody is back in that kind of fear mode. But we already kind
yeah,
of got over it. And we kind of got over the hump when people started getting vaccinated. We were learning
yeah,
more about our immune system, etc. And then this new variant comes along, and I kind of feel that we're back to square one, which is why I love this topic that we're gonna be talking about because
yeah.
even if you are vaccinated, you can still get sick,
Of
diba?
course.
Like that's
Yeah,
that's that's
and
the
pass it on.
mm,
You can get sick and pass it on.
exactly. But I think that people have become complacent just because we have gotten vaccinated. So parang you know that your chances of ending up in the hospital ICU is very low, but
Yeah,
somehow this is still spreading around, which kind of comes to our topic of why it's also very important to work on our immune system so that we don't get the virus as much as possible. And just because we're vaccinated isn't an excuse for us to kind of drop the ball on that.
yeah,
And I love that we're talking about immunity based on traditional Chinese medicine. So,
yeah,
we've learned more of the functional medicine ways of raising our immune system, like getting quality sleep, um, eating nutritious food, going out and sweating, detoxing, managing your
dropping
stress,
the
etc.
sun rays. Yeah.
Yeah. So Doc Mikey, can you talk to us about what does immunity look like for traditional Chinese medicine? Is there a difference?
Yeah, yes, there is. No, the understanding of medicine, no, from the Chinese point of view, no, is totally different from the way we
Western.
Western, yeah,
Yeah.
or allopathic, no, medicine. It's totally different. The Chinese understanding is more in line with how Albert Einstein understands the world. Okay,
Okay.
And he puts it very simply, uh, in 3 words. Okay? Everything is energy. Okay?
Mm.
That's how Einstein explains the universe
Yeah.
and everything in it and everything that moves. No, from really the universe all the way down to our cells and you know uh, atoms, no, in the body.
Yeah.
It's all about energy. Okay,
Mm.
and if you understand this energy, then you will more likely understand how to balance the energies.
Mm.
Okay? And being in energy balance means you're in good health. Once
Mm.
it lists, no, in one way or the other, then you get into a dis-ease. You get into some form of issue, no, health wise. Normally the body balances itself. No, it has like outriggers like the bangka. No,
Ah.
it'll do that on its own. But when the seas are rough, no, really rough, and this time you no have a little more control of your body. Our body has some they call it the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems of the body. No,
Yeah.
uh,
So
one
that
con-
that,
one
that
control, the other one
uh,
is automatic.
yeah,
No?
is that the fight or flight versus the rest and digest?
Yeah. Oh, see, even that, fight or flight. It's always a two thing. No,
Yeah.
it's dark and light. No, actually, in Chinese medicine, they separate it into exterior and interior. Okay,
Mm.
this is health wise. Huh? So a pathology or and the environment may either be an exterior environment that's getting you feeling this way, or an interior environment that's getting to make you feel another way. Exterior, interior, hot or cold. Okay, uh, um, deficient or what? What's it? Excess, yeah, excess or deficiency. Another one. Mini extra or yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the yin and yang again is a very Chinese
Yeah.
uh, uh, yeah concept, and the for example exterior. Okay, I noticed that many years ago I used to attack the field. I meaning if
Mm.
there was a storm somewhere, I run because that's my that's my background. No,
Yeah.
I do disaster management.
Oh
And
wow.
many times I don't know where I sleep, okay, where I will
Really.
eat, where I will sleep, where sometimes where I will go. I don't know.
Mm.
And I noticed that well, I often end up in the barangay center, in the in the schools, or in the
Mm-hmm.
basketball courts.
Yeah.
And as soon as it's time to sleep, we look for carton, no,
Yeah.
carton, no. Put the carton and you sleep on the carton or put your bag over the carton. Because if you
Yeah.
sleep on top of the cemento,
Mm.
diba, you'll wake up the next day with very achy bodies.
Yeah.
With a very achy body. Why? Okay. So the cement is cold.
Mm.
Sit in the cement for about an hour. Okay lang. Diba? Sit for about 2 hours, you start getting no? Parang your body starts getting tight.
Yeah.
You lie down on the cement for 8 hours, 7 hours, and that the cold, which normally just reaches the skin or the outer tissues, now
Mm.
starts seeping into the body up to your very bone. No, I don't know
Mm.
if you've ever felt a chill that was really that comes from inside. No,
Mm.
when it's very cold, your
Yeah.
body shakes, uncontrollably. Yan, interior na yan. Yung
Yeah.
lamig sa labas, pumasok sa loob.
Mm.
Di ba? Okay, so there's an interior exterior concept. And exterior, you just put a jacket and you're okay.
Okay
Di
na.
ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, pero if it's an interior, let's say cold or interior heat, if it's interior cold, simple lang talaga. Balance it. Interior
Mm.
cold, take something warm. Eat lugaw, di ba?
Yeah.
Eat chicken soup or take chicken soup, that
Mm.
hot chicken soup. Things like that. Balances the interior.
Mm.
That's why if you see somebody with diarrhea, let's say that means internal cold, no, and they start eating cold food, the guy is not
Mm.
going to. He's not doing himself a favor. No, he's prolonging his agony. Yeah. You see how the simple balancing of hot and cold, no,
Yeah.
can actually treat you. No,
Mm.
can actually treat you, or balance your energies. No,
Mm.
that's an exterior interior. No, then there's deficiency and something Uh, yeah, my wife is now coaching me here. No, not excess. No, if you have too much energy or are deficient in energy, no? Do you have too
Mm.
much energy or deficient? No.
Yeah.
Uh, an example of excess energy is like hypertension. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what do? You calm it down. Right? You have too much energy, let it out. Diba?
Yeah.
And there are many ways of letting it out. You can go shout. No, in Japan, I know they get plates and break it. No, in
Yeah.
some places they have bats and they keep on pounding on tires and all. Or there is meditation, no,
Mm.
where you can start calming. There are examples of deficiencies like diabetes. Okay?
Mm.
So here you have to build up. No,
Okay.
excess arthritis. No? And there's too much energy, let's say, on the knee.
Mm-hmm.
So even acupuncture can take out. See, what's nice with
Yeah.
acupuncture is it manipulates the energy in your body.
Mm.
Okay? So if you have hypertension, let's say, or too much uh, energy, no, in the head part, it exhibits in the head. It
Mm.
emanates normally from the liver. Okay,
Yes.
that's why hypertension they call it liver heat. No, because
Ah.
yeah, and um, when you're mad, no,
Mm.
you're mad, you're angry, you're mad. Does your blood pressure go up or down?
Yeah.
It goes up.
Up.
Does your energy go down or does it go up? It goes up. That's why you turn red.
Yeah.
Do you get a stroke in the boardroom when you're really mad?
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Because there's too much energy that
Mm.
rises from the liver. In fact, even the Eastern, the Eastern societies, they understand when you call when you when you classify a certain kind of anger as livid. No, I'm
Mm.
livid. Diba? Livid in liver. Okay, emanates
Ah.
from the liver. Yeah, that is too much anger. Not
Yeah.
livid. Too much anger, and it'll affect the brain because the
Mm.
energy. Again, we're talking about energy rises up. So in acupuncture, one needle here, no,
Mm.
like a chimney, no, to release,
Releases it.
and one needle in the foot, no, in the liver. There's a point there called liver three, no,
Mm-hmm.
I think this, um, where it brings down the energies of that rose. Okay, it calms down the liver.
Got it. Uh-uh.
Calm down the liver, release
Uh-uh.
the excess TCM.
So so parang that acupoint on the head is kind of like that release point on the spout where you let the steam out.
Right? Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Although that point, connects to 100 different points. No,
Yeah.
that main point. No, when it's also used for uh, neurological issues. No, it's
Mm-mm.
used for anything that falls that starts drooping or falling down in your body. No, uh,
Mm.
put the needle right there. Baihui, no, that's what it's called, and everything
Mm.
it starts pulling things up. No, starts pulling things up.
Got it. So Doc
Yeah.
Mikey, like ngayon, like in terms of what we're going through in terms of COVID, how does like in terms of TCM, COVID is connected to the lungs, which is a lot about is the emotion is what is grief or
Yeah. Uh-huh.
so how does so for traditional Chinese medicine, how can how can we raise our immune system to
Ah,
combat
Okay,
this grief that's going around.
okay. The grief is an offshoot.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to no, prevent getting the COVID, of course there are the regular physical things, no,
Hmm.
on prevention.
Yeah.
Um, but then you can have two people exposed to the same person, no, who
Hmm.
has COVID.
Hmm.
One person will get sick, the other will not.
Mm.
Okay, why? Because one's immune system is better than the other.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing there is you should be able to maximize, no, your immune system, or strengthen your immune system, no, as much as possible in these times.
Yeah.
Okay, in these times, of course, on regular days, it's good to do it, no, but especially these times, you have to focus on your immune system. My problem with the lockdown is it prevents people from stepping out.
Yes.
What happens to your immune system?
it
No?
it weakens.
It weakens.
Yeah.
Weakens. I don't know. No, I know. Lockdowns are supposed to be a little more specific. Okay, this village locked that down, but you don't lock
Yeah.
down the whole, not the whole
Mm.
Metro Manila. Okay, I'm I'm bashing the government. Yeah, no, I I am. I know I am. No, but many of their controls, no, actually weaken our immune system. Even when
Mm.
we ban a Lola from seeing her grandchild, no,
Mm.
does that make the Lola sad or happy? Makes the Lola happy and sad, di ba?
Yeah.
When
Exactly.
you're sad, your immune system goes down. When you're laughing and happy
Mm.
and socializing, no, and you're with
Yeah.
family, you're up and about. No? And yet
Mm.
we're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
In Cebu, the governor Gwen Garcia. No, I watched her on TV. No, she said that she was bashing the DOH. Diba? You're
Yeah.
spending so much, so much, so much, so much, and yet nothing's happening. Diba?
Mm.
You know what I'm doing? She goes, I'm giving everybody here vitamin C and zinc.
Yeah.
No? I'm telling them to get sunlight. No?
Mm.
I'm telling them to keep in touch with their friends, relatives, loved ones, and all that stuff. Look at us in Cebu. No?
Mm.
Not the city, because the city is run by the city mayor, separate, independent.
Yeah.
But the Cebu province, look at us. Our numbers are excellent.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
If I were in charge of the this pandemic, no, for the country, I'd go her way and not the way of throwing money everywhere, no,
Yeah.
and losing 79 billion somewhere along the way.
Exactly. Exactly. No, and it kind of makes me feel the like my personal opinion of what's been going on is, yeah, the health protocols that we are being put in place, wasn't really made by doctors. It was just mandates that people
Yeah.
thought, okay, if we can restrict people to just this, the space of their home, this should solve the problem. But in essence, if you can't go out, if you don't have enough windows where you
Yeah.
live, you
Yeah.
can't get sunlight, you can't sweat,
Yes.
you're miserable because you live by yourself, it
Yeah.
doesn't help the process. So if you do go out, you are actually a lot more prone to
Yeah.
catching something. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Imagine family or households that have three families. That's very
Mm.
common.
Yeah.
Very common. Okay. Maybe not with us, no, but in other areas of the city.
Hmm.
Uh, Imagine all of them inside the house.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so exercise is another main consideration when it comes to uh, uh, maintaining a good, healthy immune system. No? Again,
Mm.
that's Chinese. That's why they have what we call qigong. Okay,
Yeah.
it builds your no, it builds your qi, it builds your immune
Mm.
system. I actually wanted to do this interview outside in the garden so I can show you, a qigong exercise, no,
Yeah,
for
yeah. The last time we did it by the garden, it was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cool.
This time I wanted again, to demonstrate, but it was too hot. Okay, so
Yeah.
I said, oh, it's for some other day, But you see, so
Maybe when we
exercise,
do it at
yeah.
night.
So TCM approach to COVID is
Mm.
exercise. Okay,
Mm.
how many hours a day can you exercise? Now it's 3. Yesterday it was 0. Diba?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least walking, diba? Just walking.
Yeah. Mm.
So you know, somehow we're not doing things the way. We're not doing things the ideal way.
Yeah.
Ideal way. They have one set of rules for everyone. Okay?
Mm.
Uh, I walked this morning. I walked at
Hmm.
about 3 o'clock or something. No?
In the morning?
Yeah, or maybe 4. Diba, I have insomnia. No,
Mhm.
I'm Mr. Insomnia. Okay, um, so I walked about maybe 4 o'clock. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's 4 o'clock, and nobody's around. Okay,
Yeah.
nobody's around. Why is it bawal to walk at 4 o'clock
Mm.
when no one is around anyway? Okay,
Yeah.
you see, they give restrictions for one set of rules for everyone. No,
Yeah.
again, of course, I so happen to, be more fortunate and live in a village where nobody really walks around at 4 a.m. except the insomnia. No? So, uh, yeah, no, you should be able to manage it, no, in a certain way. No, like,
Mm.
okay, for this area, specific area, you cannot
Yeah,
go
for sure.
for this. Sure, diba? Do it.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's
Mm.
how it should be. But I don't know why people are so tamad in our government. No one will actually sit and say, no, do this. If you're here, do this. Do that. Diba?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wala, it's one, I don't know, it's one size fits all. Diba?
That's true. Well, for me, like I always say, as above, so below.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like what's happening at the very top, ginagaya lang din na nasa baba. So.
Yeah. In fact, maliban hindi gaya. Okay. So
Yeah.
the concepts of TCM, which is exercise, diba? Uh, proper eating habits, no?
Mm-hmm.
That I'm sure you're very familiar with already. No? Proper
Actually, can we
eating.
can we can we talk about the proper eating habits a little bit? Because I noticed after talking to Doc Fran, Doc Isa, that the TCM way of eating is very different from what we're used to.
Right.
Like, I realized like ang dami palang bawal parating malamig whenever you eat,
Yeah,
and even and it's always better to drink warm fluids rather than
yeah,
drinking cold. Could you talk about that just a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah, yeah. Yes, okay, yeah. In fact, I like talking about that. No, uh, let's see. A cold drink, uh, vis-a-vis a hot drink, okay, or even the timing. No,
Mm,
oh. Let's talk about the timing first. When you go to a restaurant, no, as soon as you sit down or order, they give you water or whatever. No,
yeah.
if you order a certain meal, it comes with pineapple juice or iced tea or something like that. No, so
Mm,
you end up taking your meal with water.
mhm.
That's not right. Okay, that's definitely not right.
Okay.
Unless of course you're choking somewhere, then you take the water. Okay, but to eat and take water, eat and take a juice or take something, not right.
Mhm.
When you put food in your mouth, no, you let your saliva kind of break it down
Okay.
a little
Yeah.
bit, swallow it. Hydrochloric acid from the stomach starts breaking it down.
Mhm.
Okay, hydrochloric acid is the strongest acid our body makes. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's there to break down the food into portions that are absorbable.
Mm.
Okay, now tell me, no, if you have a cup of acid and put water in it, you
Oh
think
man, no.
yeah, you think it'll do its job properly na? No, na eh.
Yeah.
It won't. No, it won't. And so what happens? Okay, you have food that is improperly digested. One,
Mm.
two, nutrients are not properly absorbed. Okay, three, you end up storing the fat, no,
Mm.
or storing the excess.
Yeah.
Four, because you didn't absorb all the nutrients in it, you'll get
Mm.
hungry faster.
Ah.
Diba? You didn't absorb it, no?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
when you get hungry faster, you eat again.
Uh-oh.
And number six, repeat. Diba?
Uh-oh.
Then you repeat. It just keeps on going. No? Not
That
right.
makes sense. So when are you supposed to drink?
Okay. You drink normally 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes after the food has passed out of your stomach. No, okay. 20 to 30 minutes after the last gulp of food. No? Because
Ah,
by
okay.
that time, it would be out of the stomach area. It will be in the intestine.
Mm.
So that's the time you drink. If you
Okay.
have to drink while, Kath, I had a patient, no,
Mm.
who wanted to lose weight, and I talked to her,
Yeah.
about this, and she said she always drinks. I said, try it, just that, okay. Okay. She got lost. Okay, I hadn't seen her for more than a year actually. Yeah, and then I
Uh-huh.
saw her pass by my clinic again. Now I had my clinic in the mall. I saw her pass by. I saw her. I said, "Wow, this girl looks great." What? I said, "Oh my God, this is my patient." No,
Mm.
so I ran out to the door and I called her. I said, "What happened to you? Diba? I haven't seen you in a while. No, and you're looking superb."
Mm.
And he goes, "Yep, because of what you told me."
Mm.
I didn't remember what I told her. No, I said, "What did I tell you, ba? Diba?" She goes, "Don't drink water while eating," and that's all I
Mm.
did. And now, she looked like $1 million. Diba?
Grabe.
Are you serious? Because yeah, but it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially with her. Diba? Think about it. Now, is that Chinese brain? No, that's energy. It's physics.
Mm.
It's Einstein. It's Einstein logic.
Yeah.
It's
And I think
energy.
it also makes you a lot more mindful of what you eat and the amount that you eat, because if you
Yeah,
know that you're going to take your first gulp of water 30 minutes after the meal,
right. That's right.
you're going to be a lot more picky if the food is too sweet,
Well,
too
of course,
salty.
you can take a sip before, diba? Or you can down some water before, but while eating, you don't. Okay,
Yeah.
you try it, huh? You try it,
Yes,
and all
yes.
those who are listening, try it. I'm telling you, that's the
And
way to go.
then no cold water. Is that right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Warm water is really better, no?
mm,
Cold water, una, no, it will coagulate some of the fats. Okay,
mm,
like in short, masasebo ka agad, di ba?
yeah,
Instead of it, di ba, you have hot soup, it's okay, but once
yeah.
that turns cold, it becomes solid. Di ba?
Uh-oh.
It can
Uh-oh.
become,
It doesn't really go through your system as fast as you
yeah,
would want it to.
yeah. In fact, it may not even reach, the the system, and again, it might be stored somewhere. Okay,
Mm,
and what are you storing? You're storing fatty stuff.
yeah.
So really not that really not
Mm.
that great.
Not that ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see. Okay, what else about food? Well, there are foods that bring in heat into the body, no,
Mm-hmm.
or hot. Chinese, they call it heaty foods, no, and there are foods that are cold. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, there are vegetables that are hot. There are vegetables that are cold. There are fruits that are hot. Fruits that are cold.
Yeah.
There's meats. Okay, meats that are cold. Meats that are hot.
Mm.
If you want to lose weight, you eat meats that are hot because it produces more energy. No,
Mm.
it gives up more energy. Now let's say there are four no meats: uh, beef, pork, chicken, and fish. Two of
Okay.
them are hot. Two of them are cold. Would you care to make a guess which are the hot and which are the cold?
I think the cold would be the fish and the chicken.
Uh-huh. Got 50% right.
Fish and the pork.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Fish and pork.
Is
Uh,
the cold. And then the other two are the hot.
yes. Yes.
Okay. When
Okay.
you were saying hot and cold, I was like, nasa pagluto ba siya? Or is it the level of spiciness? So it's actually the meat.
It's a meat. It's a meat. That's why si
Okay.
Pacquiao, before a fight, he
Mhm.
eats chicken tinola, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Okay? That's his meal.
that's his go-to.
Yeah, yeah. Just before the fight or the night before. No?
Mm-mm.
Because that's what they uh see, so it's really interesting. And you're only talking about hot and cold, huh? There, there,
Mm.
there's the yin and yang pa, which is so wow, out of this world, no?
Yeah.
You know, um
So somebody, Mylene here says raw food. Where does raw food fall in?
depends on
Cold? Or
on
it
the
depends on the vegetables?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Depends on the no, depends on the food.
So if
Raw food,
somebody if somebody wants to raise their immune system to fight against, possibly getting infected by COVID, for the food, what would be ideal
okay,
based on
vegetables are
experience?
always good.
Mm.
Okay? Vegetables are always good. They contain the proper vitamins and nutrients. Okay, junk food is always dangerous. Okay,
Yeah, there's nothing there.
yeah, yeah. There's really nothing there. No, you're eating carton. No, sometimes yeah, it tastes like carton. Uh, canned foods, no way. Yeah, no, yeah. You have heavy metals in canned foods.
Tapos
Uh,
no nutrition
it's good
also.
in the long run. Okay. Um, Special mention of soy. No,
Mm.
uh, kind of keep away. No, kind of keep away, especially if you have a family history of breast cancer. No, keep away from soy
Mm.
because soy uh, that comes from the U.S. actually has some steroids already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the U.S. is the number one exporter of soy. In fact, their number one
Oh,
client is China. Imagine. So
yeah.
even if you get soy from China, parang I'm not sure. Diba? What if that
Yeah.
comes from the U.S.?
Mm-mm.
Even tainted and all. No? That's why you look at the standard American diet or the Americans. They're really huge. Diba?
Yeah.
And it's not healthy huge. It's
Yeah.
not healthy huge.
It's not big boned
Uh,
lang.
they have the yeah, yeah, yeah. Kawawa sila. But I don't know. No, they should be more disciplined talaga. But
Mm-mm.
the Asians, kasi they're a little more um, in touch with their food. Why? Because they grow their food. Okay,
Yes,
they
that's true.
know. They know. Um, Not all organic vegetables are made equal. No,
Mm-mm.
in fact, there may be some regular vegetables that might be healthier than organic vegetables. Depends on the soil. So when
Mm-mm.
you take greens, no, or veggies, it's important, no, know where it was grown. Okay,
Yeah.
um, because if you keep on planting the same thing over and over again and on one patch of land, it will consume all the nutrients in that land. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, all the nutrients, such that down the road, yeah, you think it's healthy, but you study it and you go, oh, kulang pala ng ano. Yeah, because
Yeah,
of the
kulang-kulang ng nutrition.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I'm a super permaculture fan. I love growing my own food. So talagang
that's
working
great.
with the land is super important. Like nauso
That,
ngayon yung hydroponics just
that
for
that's
bulk.
good. Yeah,
Pero if you look at it nutrition wise, kulang na kulang yung mga pinalaki ng hydroponics versus those that were really grown in the earth. Iba
yeah,
yung nutrition value niya.
yeah. Fran and I are working on a farm, no, or working on our farm, which would
Talaga?
be a sustainable farm. Yeah,
Exciting. Let me know if you need support. Like I'm so up for stuff like that. Doc
talaga.
Mikey, I have a question here. So
Yeah,
with regard to soy and soy milk,
yeah.
Michelle is asking, is almond milk better?
Michelle, it is better.
Hmm.
It is better. Um, make sure there's not too much sugar. Okay, because sugar is another, you know, bad food. No,
Yeah.
that is hidden in most foods. No, so you may be making iwas soy, no, and going to almond, but then almond the almond you choose has sugar. You know,
So wala rin, yeah.
wala rin.
Or you can make your own. It's super easy lang to make almond
Yeah,
milk.
yeah, exactly. I made my own before, but it didn't taste
Didn't
like.
taste so good.
You know? Then I just well buy.
Sige, so Doc Mikey, we talked about so far we've talked about exercise, we've talked about diet.
Yeah.
What else in terms of TCM can we do to help really boost our immune system?
Okay. You know what's good? Massage. Okay.
Talaga?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, when you talk about TCM, no, you're actually talking about a number of healing arts. No,
Yes.
uh, acupuncture is one of them.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, Herbology or Chinese herbal med is another.
Mhm.
Qigong is medical exercise, no, or healing exercise.
Okay.
Uh, then there's massage. What's the name of that? No, no, it was in the tip of my tongue. Chinese massage. There is Twina. It's called Twina. Okay, short
Okay.
strip. Okay. Um, Cupping. Cupping.
Ventosa.
Yeah,
Mhm.
ventosa. Ventosa. And
What does that do? Alam ko lang parang pag ventosa, nagtatanggal siya ng lamig ng katawan.
okay. Let me make you kwento about ventosa. Okay, because
Sige.
it's lovely. It's fantastic. Um, you I don't know if you've experienced a massage where the masahista or the masseuse will say, may lamig ka dito. Diba?
Oo. Yeah.
What do they mean? What are they trying to say when they say, may lamig dito? They're actually saying, it's malamig. It's cold. It's physically cold to the touch. They're sensitive enough to know
Ah.
that it is cold to the touch. Why is it cold to the touch? Because there's not enough blood flowing in that area. Okay?
Mm.
It's blood that keeps us warm. When they feel that, they go, kulang blood in this area. They just say, lamig. No?
Yeah.
So what ventosa does is it pulls blood from deeper tissues into the external tissues. That's why it turns red. Okay?
Got it. Yeah.
It sucks it up, puts it in that. That's why after the ventosa, it's wow, wow, yeah, that feels good. Why? Because
Mm.
the blood is now flowing in
Yeah.
that area. No?
Mm.
The flow of blood in acupuncture and Chinese medicine, as long as your blood flows freely, you will be fine. Okay?
Got it.
Wait, that's good. Tatlong F yan. As long as your blood flows freely, you will be fine. Okay?
Yeah.
Alliteration. so, uh, so when blood gets stuck, no, in certain areas, no, they call it stasis, or
Mm.
like a Deadpool, no, uh,
Yeah.
there's stasis of blood. There you will find, that's where your problems start, no, aches and
Mm.
pains and mobilization problems and all that stuff. No? So when you massage or when you do ventosa, ventosa will pull, no, and pull blood from deeper inside, put it in the tissue. Massage is um, you're pushing blood, no, from other parts of your body into that area. When there is stasis or when blood doesn't flow,
Mm.
why do you get problems? One, blood flows through a system or muscle or end organ or what to deposit oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay, it also deposits nutrients.
Mm.
Okay, and it withdraws from the area acids. The acids in the area are a result of muscle contraction or metabolism.
Got
Lactic
it.
acid. Lactic acid.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Here's blood, deposit oxygen, deposit nutrients, tanggal lactic acid, flow to the next organ. Ganyan yan.
Mm.
And then all the junk passes through the kidney, out wee wee, diba? Or goes to the intestines, out in the poo. That's the system.
Mm-mm.
Now, when there's stasis, no, for many reasons, no, you're not moving well, nakaipit yung ano, di ba? Or there's an injury in that area,
Mhm.
blood is not flowing anymore. No, you will lack oxygen, no, in those cells, normally muscle cells. You will lack nutrition, no, or nutrients in those cells, and there will be a buildup of lactic acid. Yan ang masakit,
Mm.
di ba?
Yeah.
The thing you're trying to break when you're massaging the mabukal-bukal, you know, when lactic acid reacts with muscles, the muscles contract. Okay?
Mm.
So a flat muscle now is a buccal.
Yun pala yun.
No.
Okay.
So what you do is you get you massage, no?
Uh-huh.
So the blood flows through and through and through and through, diba?
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
that feels better. But the lump
Mm.
might still be up. You do something else and go back again. Massage, massage, massage.
Mm.
So you're actually
Mm.
making the blood flow. That's the reason
Yeah.
also why our warm compress, diba?
Mm.
A warm compress over a certain muscle area will open the blood vessels. And when the blood
Mm.
vessels open, ito na yung dugo. Na
Mm-mm.
oxygen comes in, nutrients come in, lactic
Yeah.
acid ang bawas, di ba? Ganyan yan.
Yeah.
Same thing with with
With cupping.
with ventosa, yeah. But with
Yeah.
ventosa, you're putting blood. It's forcing blood in the area. Okay.
Mm.
Me, what I do is I massage, I cup, and when I take out the cup, I massage again. Diba? Just to make it really,
Yeah.
really go forward. No?
Ang galing. Like, I've always wondered like what those like little buckles was, and people would tell me, hangin yan, hangin. So like you have to, I was like, paano tayo may mga pockets of hangin sa likod?
Yeah.
Hindi ko maintindihan. But it's muscles pala. It's basically a
Yeah,
contracted muscle that you're
yeah.
trying
That's the
to.
terminology of our
Diba?
breakfast. Yeah.
Naintindihan ko
No.
yung lamig. Hindi ko naintindihan yung hangin. Sabi ko, paano yun? Yung hangin kasi galing yan sa lamig. So parang, okay.
But remember when it's lamig, it contracts. Huh? So
Yeah.
now you understand, diba?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now, is that a Chinese thing only? Only Chinese have that in the body? No, everyone has it. No?
Yeah.
Again, it's energy and physics.
Yeah, it is.
When we talk about MGM, and in fact, it's logic, no? But then somebody has to teach you, no? Because logic, no, not really, not really that common.
Yeah, true.
See how this is? It's so interesting, no? That's
It
why I
is.
think teaching it.
Mm.
So it opens the minds of people. Go, oh, ganyan lang pala, di ba?
Yeah,
Learn
I think when people kasi think about, let's say, like raising immunity or anything to do with medicine, it's either a very complicated process or it's an expensive process. Complicated in the terms of marami kang kailangang gawin that is just out of your usual routine, or it is expensive because you have to take a lot of like medications, take a lot of pills, etc., in order to get your body to to get to a better place in terms of health. But
Yeah.
what you're explaining is so practical, and it's things
It
that
is.
we do every day,
Yeah.
that if we consistently do it just in a better way, we can
Yeah.
really help raise our immune system that way. There's no Wim Hof breathing involved. You don't need to
Yeah.
look for an ice bath. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
It really just is practical day-to-day things that
Yeah.
we can apply right away.
Yeah, in fact, my advice to people who are still single is marry someone who knows how to massage. Okay, your life will be
I
great.
will keep that in mind.
Your life
Look,
will be great.
like the spark in Kathy's eyes when you mentioned massage. Ay nako, kung I have not gotten a massage since this pandemic started, and I live by myself.
Imagine. Come on. Oh, get a massage.
Diba? Like
Massage.
you need the physical touch. Medyo yun
Yeah.
talaga yung nagkulang sa akin this pandemic.
Yeah, in fact, you'll know a good masseuse from one that's not. No? Where the hands pass,
Oh.
diba? You go, oh no, that's buto, diba? Why is it in the buto? Why isn't it looking for my lamig or hangin, diba? Now, when they get the hanging stuff, no, you know
Yeah.
that these guys know what they're doing, no,
Yeah. Doc Saka
and
says
and
exposure to cold or wind can also make muscles contract. Kaya
yeah,
sinasabing hangin causes the
tama naman, no? Yeah, yeah. Exposure to to cold. That's true.
Okay, Joycey has another
Oh,
question for you,
interesting.
Doc. Joycey
Yeah.
Avila asks, Doc, what are the best sources of iron aside sa meat? Okay, we're going back
Well,
to the
what are
nutrition.
the yeah?
Best
What are the
sources
other
of
sources of
iron. Iron.
you know iron is you should be very careful with iron. Okay. There are side effects that may
Too much.
be yes serious, especially on men.
Mm,
It's a type that if you don't need excess iron, don't even look for it. Okay.
mm,
The reason why we have lots of ferrous sulfate and all that stuff, no, tablets
mhm.
around the world is that there are very little sources of iron. No? One suggestion is to cook with ironware. Okay,
Talaga?
yeah, iron pans, iron whatever. You know.
Mm,
Oh, red meat, no,
mm,
red meat, beef will have some iron, but
mm-mm.
not so.
Dark leafy
Now,
greens. Do they have a lot?
yes, that has, especially malunggay, no.
Mm,
So with my patients, instead of telling them to maybe because you can't say cook using ironware and all. Malunggay will help. No, it's easy. In our farm with Fran, we have malunggay trees. No,
mm.
that's part of our now. Um, red meats, yeah. Although I'll discourage you from eating too much. Maybe once a week if you want. No, red
Mhm,
meats. Uh, veggies, not
mhm.
too many except in something like
Hmm.
malunggay, uh, dahon ng sili. Okay, those two. Dahon
Okay.
ng sili and malunggay. Kamote tops, yeah, it's number three, but it's a far number three. Okay,
Okay.
so
Interesting. Okay, so Joyce, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so we've talked about a couple of other things. Did we miss anything out in terms of in terms of immunity boosting via TCM?
immunity boosting. Okay, yeah, we did miss a very major part
Okay,
of uh, your uh, whether you're happy or whether you're sad. Okay,
to
or
our
happy.
emotions.
Yeah, emotions. Okay,
Oh, okay.
emotions. Okay? You can create energy. You can create happy energy when you're happy. Okay,
Mm,
when you're when you're in grief and you're sad and all, your energy level, for one, your vibration is
goes
lowered. No,
down. Yeah.
yeah, it goes down, and when you vibrate low, you attract low.
Yeah.
Vibrate high, you attract high, because again, energy.
Mm,
Okay, energy. Those that vibrate at the same frequency will eventually meet. Okay,
mm.
so if you're looking for a spouse, no, vibrate in the frequency that you would want your spouse to be in. Okay,
Totoo. Mm.
vibrate at that no, and you know that the funny thing is, even Einstein mentioned it. No, he's really into it. He goes,
Mm.
there is no other way but to meet him. No, because your energies are vibrating in the same frequency. It
Yeah.
is a sure go. No, you
Mm.
will meet him or her. No,
Like attracts
you
like.
vibrate at the same. No? Yeah. There are experiments there where I can't remember exactly what, but they kept one part of an atom in New York and the other part somewhere here in Asia,
Mm.
and they still vibrated the same.
The
It,
same
it, it came
way.
from the same source, same vibration. And you know, I have this experience. No, my family, we're not very madaldal, except for me, maybe. No, we don't talk to each other often, and we're all around the world,
The
diba?
world, yeah.
Um, I had a brother who was specializing in internal medicine in New York, and I
Mm-hmm.
was here in PGH, okay,
Mm-hmm.
studying. And I had to talk to him for 3 years.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
not that we're mad at each other. Nothing. No, he's just busy and I'm busy. Diba?
Yeah.
One day I woke up. My stomach was so immensely painful. No, I couldn't get out of bed. In fact,
Mm.
I crawled out. I tried to drive, no, to get some medicine, but I couldn't even enter the car because I was on my all fours. Okay, so I crawled up back to my room, and then the phone rings. Okay, wala
Mm.
pang cellphone noon eh. The phone rings, and it was my brother from New York.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I said, "Oh, what makes you call at this time?" You know what he said? He goes,
Mm.
"I have a feeling you are not feeling well."
Mm.
I said, okay, you're correct, but how in the world did you get that? Diba?
Yeah.
After 3 years, diba? Yes, I thought I just had that feeling. Oh, what's
Mm.
that? It's
Yeah.
vibration. Eh. We lived together for some time in the same room. Diba? We shared so many things. We almost think alike. We're now
Yeah.
both doctors. We were vibrating the same level. New
Mm.
York, Manila,
Yeah.
connection. Diba?
Kulit. So
Yeah,
I like that. I mean, you talk about emotions. You talk about how you can affect other people in terms of your emotions, and also
yes,
how other people can affect you.
yeah. Diba? You enter a room and you know that I'm not going near that person, although you never met him
Yeah.
or her. You go, she's not vibrating well, diba? Or vibrating too low for me, diba? Or dangerously low. Diba?
Mm.
That guy there by the window seems like he's a good person to talk to, no? Because
Yeah.
his aura and all of that is vibration, and you feel
Yeah.
it, no?
Mm-mm.
You feel it, even if you
For
don't know the
sure.
person you met.
Oh, ako, I'm very like that. And I know na, if hindi tayo, if hindi tayo magka-vibes, kahit na ilagay mo tayo sa isang kwarto, tayong dalawa lang, hindi kita mapapansin. Parang
Oh
ganon.
yeah, but that's a nice term, yung ka-vibes. No?
'Di ba?
Last time I heard of that was in the 60s. Eh. But yeah,
Not
it's
because
vibrating.
bawal ang nega, nakakapangit. Tama. I mean, here we are, like we're already in a pandemic, tapos you're going to be super negative pa. I call those people the mega negas. Or mga
Yeah.
mga negatron, yung alam mo yun, sa sampung kinuwento mo that you were so happy about, you were so positive, they will be able to find 11 things wrong with that kwento.
Yeah. Me, I always tell my wife, no? She knows this. Anything that stresses me, I keep aside. Okay?
Mm,
Sorry. No?
same.
Stressful. I don't want it to affect me today or something like that. Of course, sometimes you really have to meet it head on,
Yeah.
But, as
Oo.
much as possible, keep away from stress. Diba?
Exactly. My saying is
And
suffering is
my
optional.
again a suggestion is if you have if you feel that you have extra good energy that today,
Mm,
share it. Okay?
exactly.
Share
Yeah,
it. Tell someone, talk to some, share it. Share your energy. Share your good energy.
for sure.
Uh, you'll see patients, or like me, no?
Mm,
Um, I was in PGH in the wards, no, where there you have hundreds of patients, and they're sitting down talking to a number of patients, okay,
mhm.
who are all bedridden and all, no? Making them cuento, trying to educate them and all. It wasn't part of my duties then, but sometimes I go in it to
Yeah.
educate, and then so I was talking to them, facing them, and all of a sudden their eyes move from one side all the way to the left, no?
Mm.
And I looked and I saw a guy, no, Dr. Jesus. I said, "What's with him? No, why are you all looking at him? He's
Oo.
tall, you know. Elder. No, he was already a consultant. Tall, wearing
Mhm.
a pink shirt and a white coat. Very well groomed. And they said, Doc, whenever we see him, we feel we're getting better already. I said, is he your doctor? He goes, no, we don't even know who he is. Every morning, They wait for him to cross that ward, no, to pass
Oh,
by their bed. Because just by looking at the guy now, they feel better. No? And you'll get that comment also talaga. No? I'm sure most
yeah.
of us in Central East Scoville would have gotten those comments when they were in the hospital. No? Na,
Mm.
ah, nakita lang kita, cha-cha-cha-cha, di ba? You just sat beside me, and I already felt that you're like this. You know why? Because that's part of our criteria, di ba? We sit,
Mm.
with the doctors, and those who vibrate well. Come on, join us, di ba? Those who don't,
Yeah,
no
exactly.
matter
Well,
what they're gonna say, mega, 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 mega.
yeah, we don't want that. No, yeah, I remember the first time I saw you at, I think, the Pasig branch. I
Uh-huh.
remember I messaged Doc Candy. I was like, Doc Candy, ang ganda ng energy ni Doc Mike. Can I just hang around him all day?
Talaga? Oh,
we
thank
didn't
you.
even talk. I just kind of popped out of the room and just said hi. And I was
Yeah.
like, ang ganda ng ano ah. Ang ganda ng feeling ko pagkaalis ko sa ano ah, sa space no na. Like I should hang out with him more.
Yeah, yeah, but that's energy, di ba? It
Exactly.
emanates, no? If it
Mm,
fills your insides, it's gonna spill out, no?
exactly. Like and pag ganun, it really needs to be shared. So if you have
Yeah,
anybody at home who is feeling a
yeah,
little low, then
yep,
share that with them or sit
yeah.
down and watch like a comedy together.
Give
Anything
them a
talaga
big
to
hug,
help.
talaga.
Uh-uh.
Give them a
Anything to
big hug
help
and tell
replace
them,
it.
absorb my energy, no?
Hmm,
Absorb it.
for
Now, if
sure.
you're
Oh,
sick, that's why
mhm,
in our clinic also, if you're not feeling well, no,
mm,
you're off, no,
yeah.
we don't advise you to stick needles on people or
Mm,
actually, no, because you might be passing uh,
uh-uh.
mega mega energy. I think
Yeah,
that mega
exactly.
mega. I think I'll use that. No.
Super negatron energy. Yeah. Oh, Doc, going back to the comment section, we have a question here from Carol. Mukhang mabenta yung ano mo, nutrition talk mo. She says, hi, I'm a new patient at Central. Thanks for webcasts like this. I just want to ask if beef is a hot food. How come it's advised just to eat once a week? Doesn't it
What?
follow that we can eat beef or meat more frequently because it's better since it's a hot food?
No, not all hot foods. Not everybody needs hot food. Some people need the cold food. No,
Mm,
it depends on your on your state of health. Okay,
mm-mm,
if you feel weak, no, that's when you're asked to take something like bone broth. Okay,
mm-mm.
bone broth will make you strong. In fact, better to take bone broth than to eat the meat. No, the the,
Oh,
the, the reason why the reason why I don't like uh, hot meat like chicken is because all the antibiotics and all that stuff. No?
mm.
If your chicken, if you raise your own chicken, let's say,
Yeah,
no?
free range. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, even free range, yeah, even free range, because they started changing the definition of what free range is, no? Just to make lusot and sell it at 20%
Mm,
more and all.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know in the states they changed the definition into if the chicken has an option of stepping out of its cage for at least 10 minutes in a day, it's
Yeah.
considered free range. An option, huh? The chicken
Yeah.
doesn't have to step out. No?
Mm.
But if there's a door that's
Uh,
open,
uh-uh.
that's, diba? That's cheating. Diba? That's why if you can raise your own chicken, no, take your chicken as much as possible. For me, the worst of the meats is chicken. No,
Talaga?
well, it's the most polluted.
I love pa naman my
Raise,
chicken.
raise your
Anyway.
chicken. No, I told Fran, let's grow our own chicken so we can feed our patients. No,
Oh,
because
that would
chicken,
be amazing. Yeah.
chicken per se is not bad. Okay, it's how it's raised that's bad.
Mm. Yeah.
Same with pork, same with beef. No, actually, same with fish.
Mm-mm.
Fish like tilapia. No, uh,
The farm raised.
yeah, the farm
That's
raised. I'm telling you,
mataas mercury.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mataas ang mercury. Uh, and other stuff. No,
Mm.
I stayed in a fish farm at one time, and I saw how they feed fish. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Carol, I think it really is more about the quality of of the beef or the meat more than more than anything.
Yeah.
Which is why Doc Mike just says like once a week. At saka
Yeah.
ano
Some people say go twice a week. Yeah. Yeah.
Saka,
Yeah.
I found out from Doc Isa na a lot of us Filipinos, even though we live in a tropical country, a lot though of the patients that she sees, like we're more towards cold. Like
Cool.
instead, the imbalance is that
Yeah.
people that are more cold kasi ang hilig natin sa iced tea, sa ice cream, sa milk
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
So
It's the
the balance
environment.
we
You
need
know?
to incorporate more hot into our diet. Funnily
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. Again, because of our, diba? Our environment. It's cold outside. Take something warm. It's warm outside. Take something cold. Diba?
Mm-mm.
That's why my
Eh,
favorite
tayo kasi like
is
super super like for me like I'm super guilty about I need to fix that na I always like dapat parating super lamig yung iniinom ko.
ah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
It makes it more drinkable, diba? No. Maybe if
Yeah.
you have if you have no food in your tummy or it's not related to uh, a food, a course of food, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take cold stuff. Again, no? Don't be
Yeah.
too harsh on yourself, okay? Don't be too harsh. I tell my patients, if the diet I'm giving you will make you masungit, forget it. Diba? Eat something that will make you
Tama.
happy. Yeah, yeah. You know why? So many years ago, I had a colleague, a classmate from UP, PGH, who came back from New York. No? He's a
Mm.
cardiologist. So we sat down, we're making cuento here. Hey, he went to my clinic and we were making cuento. And he said, Mike, I don't care anymore what my patients eat, no? Or whether they exercise or not. Okay?
Mm.
I said, but those are the pillars of
Yeah.
cardiology. He goes, no, in my practice, his practice in New York, no,
Mm.
stress is more important. So he manages stress. His
Yes.
patients die of stress more than they die of poor eating habits
Oh my
or
god.
yeah, of or lack of exercise. No,
Yeah.
they die because of stress. See, so it really depends. It
Yeah.
really depends. If
And
if
mm.
it stresses you to eat uh, warm foods or cold foods or things like that, forget it. Come on,
Yeah.
forget it. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you laugh. Have a good 30 years of life. That's it. Come
Mm.
on.
Tama. Yeah, like Doc Sasa says, its recommendations for each patient is really different and it has to be personalized. Hindi pwede
Correct.
makitopya sa kaibigan or
Correct.
kamag-anak
Correct.
mga
Yeah.
treatment regimen.
Yeah.
So, Doc, I know that we're at the top of the hour now. We just have one last question from Michelle. She
Uh-huh.
asked, Doc, how will you know if you're malamig or mainit? So, I don't
Okay.
think is it supposed to be like that or is it supposed to be
Yeah.
balanced?
Well, if it's supposed to be balanced, okay.
Mm.
So she's asking whether she's imbalanced or not, no,
Mm.
on the malamig side, and if she's imbalanced, is she malamig or not? Okay.
Mainit, oo.
We talk about fire and water.
Mhm.
Okay. Ang water is malamig. Ang fire
Mhm.
is mainit. Okay. So if you're always thirsty, no, that means
Mhm.
your body's hot. No? That means you're warm. No? If you're always making wee wee, you're cold.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you're cold if you're always making wee wee. Uh, uh, Sweating. No? If you're always sweating, that means it's hot because you're trying to cool. No,
Mm.
when you sweat, no, you think you're losing water. Yeah, you're losing water, but when that dries up, it cools it
The
cools the
skin.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. More on urination. Okay. There's one nice You when you urinate, no, you look at the color of your urine.
Mhm.
If it's straw colored, no, that's normal.
Yeah,
If it's white like water, that's cold. If it's dark yellow, that's hot.
that's hot. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. That is so interesting. So I hope that answered your question, Michelle. Uh,
Another way to do it is to look at the tongue. Okay.
okay.
If the tongue is reddish, you're hot.
Mm,
Okay. If it's pale, no,
mm,
or slippery, no, with
mm.
uh, very moist, that means it's cold. If it's red and kind of dry, it's hot.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
when
so
yeah
there are so many different ways pala, no, to
yeah
figure out
yeah
where
uh,
you fall.
yeah. Uh, even illnesses are divided into hot or cold. I recall last cuento when I was younger, no, maybe high school, college, that when I go to Chinatown and I see medicine, no,
Mm.
Chinese medicine. So the one medicine, and then they for 200 reasons, no,
Yeah,
200 indications for the medicine. Use
which
it
one?
for wow. I said what? That one medicine for all of those, no? Well, because they divide it into hot or cold, di ba? Or yin and yang.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
this medicine. So in short, they're dividing the the pathology spectrum or the sickness
Mm.
spectrum into two. No,
Mm-mm.
one for
Yeah,
this,
yeah, hot
one
or
for this.
cold.
Yeah, one for hot, one for cold, one for excess, one for deficiency. No?
Mm.
But then, so in Chinese medicine, TCM, somebody's deficient. What do? Dagdag, di ba?
Mm.
Somebody is
Excess.
has excess, bawas.
Yes. Yeah.
Acupuncture can do that. No? Massage can do
Mm.
that. Di ba massage supposedly relaxes you?
Yes.
If you go with the flow, no, of blood, it will relax. If you go against the flow,
Uh-uh.
it will awaken you. That's why even
Mm.
in boxing, no, you see
Yeah.
when they get to the corner, the massage. That's not
Mm.
massage to get them sleepy, no. That's a massage
Wake
to wake
them
them
up.
up.
Got it. Interesting.
Yeah, it really is. Really is.
Okay, super last
You
question
can
from
ask me
Letitia.
more. You can ask me more if you want.
Super last question from Letitia. She asks, "How would you describe the tongue of a COVID patient?"
The tongue of a COVID patient, it will be more reddish. Okay.
So more hot.
Yeah, and somewhere on the tip of the tongue, a little behind the tip, it will be probably more reddish than in other parts of the tongue.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm-mm.
Um, the COVID is considered in TCM as lung heat.
Yeah.
Lung heat. Too much heat in the lung. No? And in
Mm.
COVID, true, it's the respiratory system, okay,
Yeah.
that gets affected most. There is inflammation of the
Mm.
respiratory system, which is why people need to have masks, ventilators, and all. No, something wrong
Mm-mm.
with that. No? And that's found in the very tip of the tongue uh, uh, detects heart problems, heart
Yeah.
issues. Behind
Okay.
that, no, behind that is the lung area.
Mm. So she asks, so not white. It's more red.
Not white, not white. Yeah, it's hot. It's no,
Yeah. So
it's red.
Doc Sasa explains if may cough with phlegm, may whitish to yellowish coat. So
Yes,
it's not the tongue, it's just the coating on the tongue.
yes, correct,
Yeah,
correct. Yeah, yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this talk with Doc Mikey. I've learned so much as
I
usual. Thank
enjoyed
you
it.
so much. Thank you so much, Doc Mikey. Hindi lang ako natuto about raising my immunity via traditional Chinese medicine. May relationship advice pa ako, 'di ba? Like look for somebody na marunong mag-massage.
Yeah,
So Doc
yeah.
Mikey, for anyone who wants to get in touch with you, who wants to maybe get a consult, where and when can they find you? Like which are you at clinics? Are you doing teleconsults? What's happening?
I do teleconsults. You'll have to call Centro Holistico, no? So they can do they can set
The
up the meeting.
scheduling. Hmm.
Yeah, I do clinics normally on Tuesdays in Pasig, no, and
Hmm.
on special occasions, yeah, I go to Alabang normally Wednesdays on special occasions, no? Special
Special.
request.
So yeah, so you can always special request Doc Mikey, or you can get a teleconsult from him, or you can set an appointment at the Grove branch on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's it for our wellness weekend. I have really enjoyed this so much. We
That's
hope to have
good.
you back soon, Doc Mikey.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, in the meantime, you guys enjoy your Sunday. We will see you next week.